Hello, hello from Boston. I'm Lexi's mom. Welcome to Bumbling Butterfly.
This week on Bumbling Butterfly, it was Bob's birthday, so there's a video of me sending him a fun gifticle. And I do a review, but instead of a movie, it's on The Crown, the first two seasons of The Crown on Netflix. And lots of food prep stuff, which I think I'm going to do a weekly thing on. Yeah, so that and more on Bumbling Butterfly. Hey, so life update. As I eat, I got sick of the food I had. I don't know, I felt like I was eating a lot of the same food, so I made a loaf of bread in my bread maker. It's a little, like, super dense, this one. It didn't rise. So, I'm having a couple pieces of this for breakfast with some butter. So it's like fresh baked bread. But life update. I didn't end up getting that job, which is really annoying because, like, the other job, they made it sound like I was, like, the perfect candidate, but somehow I ended up not getting it. But, Green Dot, which is Javier's school system, he's my mentor for the licensing program, said they were on a hiring freeze, so I had actually stopped looking at them because I'm like, I'm not going to put my effort into them if they're, hiring freeze. So they posted, I don't remember what website I saw a job of theirs, but they posted a job for a literacy specialist, essentially a reading specialist, and all of the stuff it said that I would need to do is, like, literally stuff I did at Los Angeles Education Corps as a reading specialist. So I applied, and then I texted him. I'm like, I name dropped you. Like, can you try to find out? Like, can you, like, email the woman? Can you blah blah blah? And so he's gonna try to help me get that job. And then I also applied to 2 night jobs. They're from 6 to 9. One is Monday, Wednesday. One is Tuesday, Thursday. Teaching ESL at an adult center in Santa Monica. So yeah, that is another thing I'm doing. It's kind of a plan B because it starts in November, but also, like, if I do somehow get a teaching job for the fall, I can have, like, a double job and just make a shit ton of money. So, and hopefully actually be able to afford a car then. So that's job-wise is where I'm at. I officially deferred my doctorate program until next fall, so that's kind of on the back burner for now. But biggest news, I feel like everything is changing so much now. There's actually a good angle of me. I like how the shape of my face here. But big news, I am chatting with someone. I took a bold move and I messaged someone, and he was really cute, and we're chatting, and it's just like I feel like it's like an internet catfish thing because it's like I haven't met him. I'm not that I think he's a catfish, but, like, I feel like I'm like one of those people. I'm like falling for someone and I, like, haven't actually met them. But we have a video date coming up, so we'll see what happens. I'm just kind of rolling with it, and then we'll see what happens. I did grow up watching catfish, so I do kind of, I'm not naive, but I'm very excited about it. So everything seems kosher so far. So yeah, I'll keep you posted.
I heard you had a big traffic jam. Hi. 0449.
Come on.
49, I'm supposed to tell you. Thank you very, very much. Okay? Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Aha, you came.
Boy, man, you certainly know how to make people welcome, don't you?
Look. Bobbers. Oh. Additional dessert. Oh, take picture. Oh my.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Robbie. Happy birthday to you.
I am prepping my morning kombucha that I do. I use whatever cup, and then today's flavor is berry lemonade. And then I mix in this, which this is a prebiotic, and this is a probiotic. So this helps with your gut and stuff like that. And this just activates it more. It like preps your gut for this. So that's what I'm doing now. But while I already mixed, I do it in 2 when I use a smaller glass. So I mix the first batch. And while I drink this down, I'm going to do a review. Usually I do movies, but I've been binge watching a show. So I'm going to do a review of The Crown. And I actually really like it. I have to say it sort of annoyed me when they switched. So this is a review of seasons 1 and 2, right? Because they have 6 seasons and they have 3 queens. So every 2 seasons they switch to a different actress as a queen gets older. And it annoys me. I really liked the first queen. I thought she was like the most regal. And then they switched and used a different queen when the queen was in like her 40s. And which I understand. But honestly, I would have liked it if they just did a little bit of makeup on the first queen and used her. Because they look similar enough, but somehow there's just a different air about her. And I don't know, I just liked the first queen better. And so it took me a little getting used to the second queen in the 3rd season. But I actually really like it. And I'm sure there's some Hollywood liberties they took and whatever, but I think it's really interesting. It kind of shows the humanity behind the royal family and kind of the difference between the royal family and the crown, because everyone kind of uses them as synonyms, and that the crown is really like a business, and the royal family obviously has its own issues just like any other family. And I feel like it villainizes the crown a little bit. It also shows the humanity. It kind of shows why they made certain choices, the struggles they go through. And it definitely, there's some glamour to being a royal, but it also shows, especially with Princess Margaret, the queen's sister, shows a lot of how she came in as like second fiddle and how that affected her life. So it's a really interesting show, and I look forward to season 3. I just started season 3, so we'll see if I can get used to the new queen. And then I know in season 5 they switched to the last queen when the queen's old, so in like the 60s or 70s. So we'll see how I feel like just as I get used to the second queen, they'll switch to the 3rd queen. So but yeah, so I would definitely recommend it. I would say in terms of shows, I would say seasons 1 and 2 were a good like 9 out of 10 in like entertainment, for like quality of the production and just being engaging. And I'm not a historian for British, so I don't know how accurate it is, but it seems to have a lot of the events. I mean, I'm sure they filled in the blanks in terms of like the personal stuff, but I think in terms of just being like an engaging show, like a 9 out of 10. So stay tuned for the next review of seasons 3 and 4. Packaging snacks, a trick they teach you in Weight Watchers, where you pre-portion things in plastic bags. So I wanted to do rice cakes this week for snack, and normally I would just do rice cakes and put peanut butter on them, but I was like, I'm going to see if they have rice cakes. So I got 3 flavors. I'm going to do some spicy ones every day, so I'll have like 5 versions of that. And then I'll split, then I'll have a few versions of these, like I'll have a bit of these each day. So I'll have a spicy one and then one of these sweet ones each day. That one's quinoa, but they're all rice-ish, quinoa based. So I'll have 2 little baggies of these, a spicy one and a sweet one each day. So I did 5 bags of the salty, spicy ones, and I have 2 different flavors, but I have 5 bags of the sweet ones. So I'll have 1 sweet and 1 salty snack for each day. That'll pack in my lunchbox. So my second snack, pineapple. I was thinking I would do one of the rice snacks in the morning, one in the afternoon, and do pineapple as a side for my salad that I'm prepping. I am prepping lunch, so I'm doing chef's salads this week. So I do a bunch of mixed greens, and then for toppings, I take deli turkey. That's a low sodium brand. I do deli turkey and shred that up. A little bit of cheese, 2 hard-boiled eggs, some tomatoes, and my favorite dressing, Olive Garden dressing. And I do like lasagna style, where I put a few handfuls of lettuce, and then I put a few of the toppings, a little splash of the dressing, and then I'll do that a few times, and I put it in this big bowl. So that way the toppings are all evenly spread out throughout the whole salad. So I will show you what it looks like when I'm done. So this is the final product. It has the eggs in it. It has some turkey. I know it looks like a massive salad, but it's like 90% veggies, so I digest them fast. So yeah, but that's what it looks like. With some dressing. I try not to over dress it because obviously that's a lot of calories. So yeah, that's my final salad. Mukbang, me eating my salad. I'm not messy at all when I eat. Not at all. I don't want you to see out my mouth. I spend a lot of time at Starbucks because it's a cheap place that I can walk to. And so this is my typical Starbucks order. One of their egg bites, because I can't have gluten, so they're egg-based. And a Trenta iced coffee with sugar-free vanilla and soy milk. So this is my dinner. I made a whole bunch, a shit ton of pulled pork that I stewed over the weekend. Slow cooked for like 10 hours. That's what it looks like. It's super, like, I can literally just sit here and it like pulls apart. And then this has a gluten-free bun, tossed in BBQ sauce, and then some coleslaw. So that's what it looks like.
Hi, I'm Lexi's dad. Thanks for watching this episode of Bumbling Butterfly. Remember to like, subscribe, and ring the bell for notifications. Thank you.
Oh, hello from Boston.
Wait a minute, stop. Something. You can practice if you want. Hi, this is Lexi's mom.
Hello, hello. Oh, I'm so horrible at these things.
Hi, I'm Lexi's dad. Thanks for watching. Stop. Let's do it again. Hi, I'm Lexi's dad. Thanks for watching this episode of Bumbling Bee. Is it Bumbling Bee? I think I screwed that up. Stop it.